Your energy is your currency. Spend it well, invest it wisely. Hello and welcome to Rabbi Rashi Foundation. Today we have Poonam Sethi ji, a tarot consultant and a karmic healer, a mother, an artist, and a healer. What a combination, ma'am. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rashi. Hello, everyone. Lovely to be with all of you.
So, ma'am, tell us the story of Poonam, the space healer, the tarot reader, and the Feng Shui expert. Over to you.
Okay. So my story basically, I guess, began when I was all of 3. And tarot was something I had never known of or imagined to be working with it. But when I was about 18, 19, the interest, the typical interest started with Haath Dikhana, and I had all that in me that, let's go show our hand and let's go and find out what's happening. And I remember I was in college at that time. I mean, I had just started college at that time, and I got married very young. I got married at 19. So everything was happening around the same time. And I met this lady. She was a Greek lady, and she was a tarot reader. At that time, nobody, I'm talking about 33 years back. And at that time, nobody knew anything about tarot. We just knew कि वो तोता उठाता है envelope और आपका भविष्य पता चलता है. And I used to thoroughly enjoy that. So she met me through a friend, and she was like, Poonam, one day you're going to be a tarot reader. And I said, I don't even know how to spell it. So it's not happening. Anyway, I heard her out and I got back. And I guess at that time, there were no cards and all available here easily. So luckily, I had someone who sent a pack of cards from overseas to me. And I looked at it and I was like, this is very interesting. And started dabbling with it. And things started happening. People said, Aapne jo bola wo ho gaya, and all that. That's how my journey started. And then my parents, they tell me that when I was a little kid, जो भी मुझसे पूछते थे वो उनको बिलीव था कि वो हो जाता था. So mom says, look, your 5th maternal generation Nanaji was a saint, and I guess after 5 generations something's come into you. So that's how my journey started.
That's so awesome, and it's believable what you say. So, ma'am, you mentioned somewhere that the more you give, the more you receive, and you've been following this for years, and probably as a child, you were always into this. So, how it has evolved you as a person, and what is the greatest experience you've had following this mantra?
See, when I started, this is a very interesting question I'm often asked, that do you still have the same motto? And I was like, I'm even more convinced on the same. And I, yes, definitely believe in the more you give, the more you get. See, I am a person who really believes in karma. So obviously, whatever karmic activity you're doing comes back to you tenfolds, onefold, whatever, but it does. And when you're giving to somebody, you're widening the circle. You're widening that energy. So it definitely will come back to you from somewhere. So I definitely believe कि आप अपना कर्म भी काटते हो, you cut your karma also, and you add good karma also. So the more you will give, yes, definitely the more it comes back. Of course, one must not do it with that intention, but yeah, it comes back some way or the other.
That's wonderful and very correct what you just mentioned, ma'am. So, see, you left your career as an interior designer. I mean, and you were flourishing in it.
Yeah.
Why would anybody do that?
The why? Well, you see, I studied 5 years extensive study in interior designing and qualified to be one. And my mother was an interior designer at that time. And obviously she said, okay, you also do the same and join with me and the whole thing. And I did join with her and started off on that path. But then this kept pulling me, it's like, nay, there is something that is not right. And parallelly, I was doing tarot, and then suddenly it just swept me away and it just took me. So I still say I do interior design even now. I do a lot of healing spaces.
Okay.
And I feel that my interior designing spaces has turned into now interior designing people. So I still continue with interior designing.
What is this healing spaces like? Tell us something more about that.
See, a lot of people mistake prayer areas as healing spaces.
Okay.
Now, healing space, I would put it more towards spirituality, whereas prayer areas are more religious. There is a difference. People probably still do not understand the difference between religion and spirituality. You know, if you're being religious, that doesn't mean you're spiritual. And if you're spiritual, you don't really have to be religious. So it's spirituality is basically the energy, whereas religion usually is related to idol worship and, you know, having a form in front of you to pray to. So the spaces that I do when I walk into a space, I mean, of course I do a lot of Feng Shui, which is easier than Vastu, though I'm a Vastu consultant as well, but I feel Feng Shui works really well. And when I go in, when I say space healing, sometimes you do put the directions correctly, but still the energy is not right. So a lot of people tell me कि हमने वास्तु perfect घर बनाया है, all that is there, but still things are not happening. So as a clairvoyant, I feel energy. So I see where there is stagnated energy or bad energy, and then I help in healing that. So the space needs to be cleared. The space needs to be healed, the energies of that space. So that is what is space healing.
Okay. So you think all these practices, solutions probably, I would say that's the correct word, help in becoming positive in your thinking?
See, corrections are there for everything. Mind, body, soul, space, everything. First intent is you should want it. You should want to get it better. You see, the want is very important. It's not that unhone kaha to kar liya. It doesn't work like that. So basically, before you're healing your space, you are healing your mind. So it is channeling that positive energy through the mind into your space. So basically, yeah, it helps a lot in positive thinking. And excuse me, I'm one for clearing clutter. Very, very majorly. I still know the first time I went to heal somebody's place, check it out, I take a little one of those three-wheeler tempos with me. Ye hatao, ye hatao, ye hatao, ye hatao. By the end of it, I've completely robbed their house and come. So basically, it's all about a play. You have to let energy flow. So this is one thing which I'll tell everybody, just don't let it stagnate in areas. I mean, you can keep your clutter. I'm one who loves my messy things around, because I'm basically gypsy by nature, you can say. So we love our clutter. And since I also am into art, so it's like we can't work if it's too neat, you know. So it's like, yeah, you can have your mess, but just have an organized mess.
That's wonderful what you just shared. And so why don't you share some, cases, probably I would say, solutions you provided to people all over the world, probably, not just India. Yeah. So that would actually help our, foundation members to connect with you easily.
See, when I started tarot first, I used to only do readings. And then I used to get these questions from people that ab problem hai to iska kya kare? That's how, of course, over the years, it's been 33 years now since I'm practicing. It's been a long time since I've met gurus, spiritual gurus, who taught me ways of, solving the problem. So yeah, there has been, since my profession is such that I can't mention names, but yeah, there have been literally spine tingling experiences, right from health issues to the regular 4-5 issues, career, money, relationship. But I still remember treating this, this old lady who used to come to me, elderly, sorry. She was in her 60s, and very, very, she was totally believing in whatever I used to say. And Once I had her daughter coming and saying, okay, mom is in the hospital and sorry, her dad was in the hospital, and the mother came to me with the daughter saying that my husband's in hospital and his all the parts have failed, you know, his organs have all gone and he's got cancer as well. And here I'm looking at the cards now. What do I tell her? She says the doctor's just given us 2 to 3 hours and just maybe 4 hours for him. And now the cards are going absolutely the other way. They are like, no, he's going to survive. Now I go by my cards. Anybody, if you use your mind, would say, doctors are right and whatever. But the cards were completely the opposite. So I told her, I said, no, but I, don't agree with that. I feel he's going to live. I said, anyway, you get back home and come back and just call me up and tell me what happened. Raat ke 12 baj gaye, there was no call and I was like panicking. I said, I hope all is good. Then I got a call from her daughter, his daughter, and she was like, whatever you said just happened. The doctors are surprised. How come he's living? And the gentleman lived for 6 months after that, which was a lot because he was given just 6 hours. Similarly, there was this one case which I will never forget in my entire life. I had a lady coming to me. This couple was married 10 years and they wanted to have a baby. And the lady, this is for the women who give up hope. I must say this, please never give up hope, whatever happens. She came to me, she said, I want a baby. And I was like, medically, the gynecologist, all of them have said you can't because she didn't have one ovary and her other one was gone almost. She never used to get her periods also. And I was like, oh God, now the cards are saying again, yes. So I'm like, okay, we need to cleanse. So I did put her through a healing. And you will not believe she had a baby boy. And I was delivering it for her. Now, can you imagine that moment? I was like, God, what is this? So miracles all the time is what I see under that roof. There are so many things I can tell you, but of course we are short on time. But please don't give up hope, people, because if this can happen, anything can happen. Cancer ho, chahiye ho, lots of things. I mean, just keep hope.
So adding to this, I would like to ask you, since you know this corona thing happened and people have lost their jobs, people have lost their businesses, some have thrived, some have done really well during this pandemic, and some are actually really demoralized. So you think there you could provide them solutions, because there are people in the foundation who are members who are actually, they've lost hope. So
Yeah.
that's the whole, that's what we are doing. We are connecting with
Yeah.
n number of people. They can, wherever they feel उनको लगता है यहाँ पे उनका comfort zone है, वो वहाँ चले जाए. So you think you have those solutions you could provide for business houses?
See, like I told you in the beginning, there is a solution for everything. Now, of course, see, one has to be, I'm a very practical healer. I'm not God, and none of the people who are into this are gods. But we know ways of getting out of problems. That is what we've been blessed with. And even during these 4 months, I've had people who have found their ways out. So I always look at the cards first. Of course, you have to pull your cards for me to know the situation. And based on that, there is a solution. There is a solution. Everything passes. It's just that everybody's become a little low on hope. You just need to see whether what is coming up. Of course, it's about the immediate future. I don't talk about long term, but there is a solution to so much. Work, money is the main, what I have been seeing in the last 4 months, and the kind of help people want from me. There is definitely, I'm helping myself. So it's like the biggest thing. I always practice what I preach. There is a solution, guys. Just want it from the heart. You should want it. If you want to heal, you will heal.
That's very, that's beautiful what you just said. And I'm actually looking forward to see you soon.
I'm most welcome.
A very positive person, but still, they always, you like to venture out into new, healing process.
Yeah, and why not get more positive energy from where you can? You know, it's always in abundance.
Very true. So you've been a painter, like you still paint, and so how do you, put into the canvas, the complex energies and your thoughts? I mean, I just saw you painted Guruji's photo, I think.
Yes,
No?
yes.
It's the
That
photo.
was a gift for some. Guruji's birthday just went, and um, this I have a very close family who's a total believer of Guruji, and I said, what could be the a better gift? See, when I paint, I don't paint with any thought. So it's like if you think you may not be able to create, you just let it flow. Sometimes it's quite a mess at times, but then you come to know the colors that you choose, the forms that you use. Art is never really thought about and then made. Yeah, of course, if you're making a portrait or an image, then you know what you're doing. But if you're doing an abstract, which I usually do, and usually I paint the god forms, but in abstract. So yeah, I will be having an exhibition soon for that. But when, as an artist, I would say, I think of something initially, it ends up being something else. So it's basically the divine force that guides you to make those forms and colors. So if you are painting and you are an artist, just let it flow. Don't think about what is the outcome, what it's going to look like. Just let it flow. Basically, I'm also going to be starting this art therapy, which is basically knowing what is going on inside you through your art. So those are one of the workshops I'll be holding soon. And it tells you a lot. It's like tarot, but you're going to be making the form for me to learn it. So yeah, it is, even if you don't know what is going on inside you, your art will tell you. So let it be a guidance. Use art as a guidance. You don't have to make it picture perfect. Just scribble and just see how you went it out. It's lovely.
So whenever you start that program, you please let us know.
Of course.
I have one student here already
Oh, sure.
with you. So tell us more about the low phases of your life. How did you overcome? Come through tarot or through any other self-healing process?
I guess I have been through a lot of lows because more so because of the financial issues initially, which I think a lot of us go through at the beginning of life. And it was like when I got married, my husband lost his job and the whole thing, and I had to struggle through the whole phase. And I have done just about everything and anything under this earth. So, of course, my daughter's now writing a book on my life, and that's going to I've done about 12 to 13 different things while being in tarot. So I used to have a pizza counter. I used to have a boutique. I used to have a little nursery. I used to make dabbas for the mithai walas. There's lots of stuff I've done. But I did it with the intention of now. ये नहीं कि ये मैं आगे अपना career बनाऊंगी. I had to get out of that phase and I would do anything for that moment, for that phase, which is something very importantly I want to tell everybody. See, आगे का इतना नहीं सोचो. क्योंकि it's like man proposes, God disposes. Nobody knew what Corona would do to each of us. But आप अभी का सोचो. आपका अगर आज ठीक है तो कल अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा. वो आगे की चिंता, ओ गॉड घर लेना है, ओ गॉड उसकी इंस्टॉलमेंट दे पाएंगे कि नहीं. Just calm down, live for today. आज का दिन निकल गया, कल भी निकल जाएगा. Because everything goes away. Everything, good, bad, everything goes away. So you definitely should plan for now.
And one good thing you just mentioned कि जब हम बहुत चीजें सीखते रहते हैं throughout your life, you keep venturing into different kind of art and practices, studies, you definitely become a bigger person also, because you keep learning and you have different mentors also, different. So आप definitely ज़्यादा, मतलब ये नहीं कि मुझे हमेशा लगता है, मैं I tell my son often कि एक ही चीज नहीं करो, try different kind of things and you definitely grow in. कुछ achieve हुआ नहीं हुआ वो बात की बात है. So that's I'm just trying to relate कि मैं अपनी जिंदगी में सही चल रही हूँ कि नहीं चल रही हूँ.
सही चल रहे हो आप. I mean, even my kids now, my elder one is studying abroad and she's as in working abroad, and my younger ones both wanted to get into the film industry. And as a parent, it was like, anybody would be nahi, 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 you know. Of course, they studied, they've got their degrees, they've done their masters. But I'm the kind, no, go and explore. You have to do, if you're doing something that you're passionate about, you'll do it really well. So there's no point in pushing our kids and all into stuff that we want them to do, because they will not do justice. Kahin na kahin wo ek stream khuli rehne do where they can do what they want. And of course, if you're trying different things, you are getting experiences of different kinds of people, different kinds of areas. It's experience, and this whole process is very important. Otherwise you become that kuein ka mendak and you'll only know one thing. So it just broadens the whole perspective. It's good. You're on the right track.
Thank you so much. So, what are your thoughts on women empowerment?
Oh, sometimes I feel I overdo it. But yeah, because, I've been a fighter throughout. And see, women empowerment na ek wo ban gaya hai naam. But aise nahi hai. You got to make yourself strong from andar se. Internally get strong. Just using this word women empowerment and okay, the men have to give in just because women have to be empowered, it doesn't work like that. When you feel you are powerful in your own way, that is when you are empowered to do things. So it's not just a word that, okay, the pathway will open because it's women empowerment. No, till you don't feel it, you cannot empower yourself. So everybody must just develop that feeling of, I am powerful, and not misuse that power. Do it for yourselves. It's lovely to get stronger by the day.
It's you just hit it on the nail. Beautifully put. So tell me about your future plans.
Like I said, I'm not one for future planning, but yeah, one wants to grow and help more people. I want to reach out as far as I can. Of course, there is nobody who can, it's not something that others can do for you. So it's like sometimes I get so tired that I tell my office boy, just take this deck of cards and just start on the other table, because it exhausts me. Of course, it completely depletes my energy. But yeah, my plans are to reach out to as many people as I can. Want to travel and just take it all across and open little centers wherever I can reach out to. And try and teach people how to help others in the various workshops and techniques I have, so that I can't be there forever and it should just carry on, and people should be properly made aware of tarot and other stuff so that they can take it forward. So yeah, spread the knowledge, spread the help, spread the love. That's what I want.
So are you presently offering any courses to people who want
we would be starting once the whole fear of the lockdown is over, which is probably in October. I would be holding about 6 to 8 workshops. Tarot, yes. And tarot, one thing I want to say very importantly, we have a lot of people who've come up with, tarot readers and all, but that is not the way to do it. Tarot is dangerous if you misuse it. So it's something now, when I'm doing tarot, you'll never see me doing it anywhere but my center. Because according to me, my tarot is my God. I will not take it out of my temple. And you hold responsibility, when you are advising somebody. So one must not play around with these things. Second, yeah, if I'm taking in a tarot student, first I have to see if they are qualified for it. So whether they have that, ability to develop the sixth sense strongly, that is when I don't take just anybody for the course. So I'm going to be teaching tarot, yes, color therapy, there's going to be numerology, the whole healing techniques with it, angel healing and everything attached to it. But yeah, I do short groups so that I can give personal attention. And yeah, of course, there's going to be plenty from October.
So how do you actually, do you run any, test or something if somebody wants to join you? Why I'm asking this, because I would be getting inquiries, younger ladies from the foundation.
No, there is no test, nothing. Probably I'll just ask a few questions and basically, I get the feel.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting across with somebody, I'll get the feel. Yeah. It's been my whole life I've given to this. I can make out who can learn it and not. And I must say, if anybody there really wants to and they have it in them, they must do it, because we need to help people. We really need to.
I'm sure. And we see probably this would be the last question for you to as your interview. Uh, there are a lot of tarot readers doing it online, one on one, and I mean, you once mentioned to me that you cannot get the energy, like, so you do it always. You just mentioned अभी भी कि घर पे ही आपके सेंटर पे आप करते हो जहाँ पे आपका ऑफिस है, तो ये तो सब लोग कर रहे हैं, तो क्या मतलब वो करेक्ट नहीं है कि क्या है?
See, I'm no one to judge anybody, to be honest. I'm sure there are plenty there who have it, but maybe they don't know the way to go about it. I would say that it is, you have to have a space, a particular space for it. And also, tarot is more of picking the card up yourself. So if there are now, because of the lockdown, I had to do it online for the particular client. I always decrease the accuracy level if I'm doing it for them.
Okay.
So it's like usually I give, with Baba's grace, I give it a 99% for my predictions. But if I'm doing it on behalf of somebody, I would come down to 60, 70. So I tell them that, because for me, honesty is very important. And that's why maybe for 30 years, Baba's making me continue with this. I really believe in him. But I'll tell everybody there that don't give accuracy levels which are very high if you're doing it for them. And just pulling a card, it's not something you play with. Chalo cards le aao, khol lete hain, dekhte hain kya hai. Don't do all that. It's too deep a science, and it's too deep a thing to just play around with it. So be careful, because it plays back with you.
True. I agree with you. So, Poonam ji, what is the special offering you would like to give to our foundation members? We are connected with, I think, more than 2,000 people now, like in last 2 months.
Lovely.
Thank
God willingly, it'll just din dugni raat chogni.
Thank you so much.
You're also a healer, because you are healing people by, guiding them. And I would just say that anybody and everybody is welcome. I have designed a little package for anybody coming through you. And obviously it's not that, see, after so many years, it's not about just earning money and, all that. It's happened, finished. It's about bringing a smile to people's faces and showing them the path. For me, that's prime importance. Yeah, but whatever the charges are, there's definitely something for our lot here. And y'all are most welcome to call in. And he's been instructed, my office has been instructed what to do.
Thank you so much. And we definitely have a different, feeling about a tarot reader and a tarot solution, probably, I would say. Right. And to our members, please connect on the number given on the poster. We will be sharing it on the video itself also. And please feel free to call Poonam ji. The timings are 9 to 6. And you write to her, please, her mail ID is mentioned. Write to us, call me, and be happy, because happiness is just all around and it's free. So,
yes, agreed. So take care, everyone. It was just lovely being here, and God bless, and never give up hope. We're all there to help. We are happy to help. God bless. Take care. Thank you
so much. Thank you so much to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.